That's a peace offering. Hearing Ty's words, Jungkook stays silent. Both were silent for a while. But then Jungkook says coldly, "What are you doing here? Wasn't I clear enough yesterday?" "You were. But I wasn't kidding. I'm serious. And now I'm here to let you know that I'm gonna chase you until you become mine." Staring at Jungkook's eyes in a deep gaze, I said, "You are gonna what?" "Are you crazy?" Jungkook said, bewildered. "No, I'm not. I'm perfectly fine. I just came to let you know that because I'm really busy today. I'll take you to lunch tomorrow. And don't even think of trying to avoid me. You won't be able to. So see you tomorrow, my baby cookie." Saying this, Ty stood up and ruffling Jungkook's hair, he left from there. Did he just say his baby cookie? Looking at Ty's departure with his shocking big eyes, Jungkook mumbled. He was left dumbfounded and blushing. "You and Ming, you came back with lunch and drinks. What was Ty doing here? And why are you blushing?" Looking at Jungkook in suspicious eyes, asks, "Hey, he just came to tell me something." "Why are you looking at me like that?" Jungkook said in a defensive tone. "Okay, well, let's eat." Ming said when he understands Jungkook don't want to talk about it. While eating, Jungkook starts thinking, why did he come back? Yesterday I let him go. I said he didn't have to take any responsibility. Now he wants to chase me. I can't understand him. Plus he only came to say that and brought me a bottle of banana milk. Even though he was busy. He's crazy. I couldn't help but smile. If he keeps on being this nice, I'll end up accepting his offer of being with him. Even if it is because he's guilty of taking my. I finished my food and looked at and Ming. Let's go, guys. Class is starting soon. Jungkook said, grabbing his banana milk bottle and then heading towards his class. Why are you suddenly so happy? Said, looking at Jungkook like it was weird. Why can't I be happy? You want to see me sad? Raising his eyebrows, Jungkook questioned. Oh, very funny, Kook. Said, slapping the back of Jungkook's head. Hey, you ruined my hair. Saying this with an angry pout, Jungkook started chasing to hit him back. Hide behind Ming knew it why Jungkook mistakenly hit him instead. Aish, that's not fair. I didn't do anything. Ming said, rubbing his head. Letting him hiding behind you isn't fair either. So you take his punishment. Jungkook said with a bunny smile to defend himself. Hey, come here. You have to take your punishment. Because of you I got hit. Ming said, trying to hit Like this they kept on running and hitting each other till they got to the classroom. Since I was in a good mood, the guys didn't question me about why I left yesterday. They probably didn't want to risk it, thinking it will just make me sad again. Before going to bed I kept replaying the scene at lunch in my head. I just can't seem to understand how Ty thinks. Plus he said he's taking me to lunch tomorrow. I can't say I don't want to, but no, I shouldn't. It will just raise my hopes. And I don't want that. I sighed before deciding to rest. I have already lost too much sleep because of this guy. The next morning seemed to go slower than usual. When it was almost lunchtime I started to get anxious. I decided I was just gonna get out of here as soon as possible. When it was finally time for lunch I grabbed my bag and rushed towards the door, leaving a dumbfounded and Mingyu behind. As soon as I walked out the door I felt my wrist being grabbed and I stopped. Ty got really close to me and I could feel my heart beating so faster. While Ty whispered in my ear, "Didn't I tell you don't try to avoid me?" I looked away so that he don't see me blushing. I wasn't trying to. I defended myself. Yeah, right. I can see it. Let's go now. Saying this, Ty grabbed my hand and intertwining our fingers. I tried to pull my hand, but he wouldn't let me. Where are we going? I asked, trying to forget he was holding my hand. To have lunch. I want to take you somewhere you'll definitely like, I said, leaning closer to my ear. I took a deep breath. I can't agree with this. I have to put myself first. I can't let myself keep falling for him. If he isn't going to catch me, I need to protect myself. Because the more I fall, the more my heart will break. So I stopped walking. What's wrong? Looking at me, Ty asks. I never agreed to go with you. You can't just force me, I said, pulling my hand from his. I saw a look of hurt flash in his deep ocean eyes before he looked down. He reminds me of a cute baby who was just get scolded. I didn't mean to force. He sighed and looked away for a moment, then looked at me in the eyes. He says, I'm sorry. It wasn't the right way to do things. I'll just go. After saying this, he turned around and starts walking. I watched him take a few steps before turning back and walking towards me again. I bought this for you. Can you please accept it? I said, taking out my favorite candy from his pocket. I looked at the candy and then at him. Please just think of it as my way of apologizing for today. Hearing his sweet voice, I decided to take it. And he gave me his most charming, bright, boxy smile. See you, my baby cookie, I said with a happy smile before turning around to go. I turned around and shook my head. That man is crazy, I thought to myself. Then I start eating the candy he gave me. It's been 5 days since I refused to go to lunch with Chai. And I haven't seen him since that day. I really shouldn't be surprised, but a part of me was disappointed. He didn't try harder. I decided to stop thinking about him and focused on my studies. I walked alone towards my usual table. Today and Mingyu didn't come, so I was alone. The food line was quite long, so I decided to focus on studying. I'll get it later. Jungkook was so much focused on his books that he didn't notice that someone had sat down in front of him. Are you ignoring me? Or you didn't notice I was sitting here? Tai said, looking at Jungkook. Recognizing Tai's voice, Jungkook immediately raised his head to look at Chai. What are you doing here? Jungkook asked confusedly. I wanted to see you. You didn't think I would give up on you so easily, right? I was just a little bit busy. But don't worry, I was thinking about you the whole time, Tai said with a smirk before giving Jungkook a wink. Whatever, I don't care, Jungkook said, looking back to his books. But he could not able to hide the small smile on his face. Have you had your lunch? Tai asked, ignoring Jungkook's comment. No, I'll get it later, Jungkook replied, still looking at the book. I'll get it for you. I haven't eaten anything yet either, Tai said, standing up and leaving before Jungkook could refuse. Oh well, I'm hungry anyway. Looking at Tai's departure, Jungkook mumbled. Soon Tai came back with 2 portions of food and 2 bottles of water. Jungkook closed his books to make space for the food. Thanks. How much do I owe you? Jungkook asked, looking at Chai. Nothing. It's on me. Don't even try to fight about it. Just eat, okay? Tai said before Jungkook could protest. Fine, it's your loss anyway, Jungkook said before started munching happily on his food. Want to go to dinner later? Tai said, then took a sip of his water. No thanks, Jungkook said, focusing on his food. Oh come on Cookie, can't I take you on a date? How am I supposed to make you fall in love with me if you continue like this? Tai said, looking at Jungkook. Jungkook sighed, thinking if only Tai knew that he already fell for him a long time ago. Tai waits for Jungkook to say something. But still Jungkook isn't saying anything. He is looking at his food. So Tai himself says, to be continued. Last part is coming soon.